Well, hello there, this is Tony. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to visit this lodge right here. They're actually not having a meeting today, but they're having a spaghetti supper kind of thing. They're actually calling a Pastapalooza. Catchy little name, huh? Pastapalooza. And we're right here near a very busy road. It's a little loud. But we're going to go in this building here, which is actually blue. The last two lodges I was in, New Jersey, I thought they were all white, but this one's obviously not. But maybe there's their code or something. They had to be white. Because the last two I was in were white lodges, but in a colonial style also, but not this one here. So I'm gonna go in here. We're gonna get something to eat, and then they're gonna let me do a video of their lodge room because they asked me to. So absolutely, I'll come by. So join me as we explore the inside of their lodge room here, as you've just entered the coolest life, Masonic edition. Well, good news, I'm in. They let me in somehow. Tell you one of the first things that I always like to look at is some of the door knockers they have. I've actually never seen one that looks like this one here. You see a lot of them that are actually made of the logo or actually don't have a Masonic logo in them at all. But this one here definitely has one. They got one just like it on the outside. Because you saw that other lodge. Be sure to check out those other videos. I've got some. There's one that's got the working tools of a master mason made into a door knocker, and the one most recently, it had a spring to it. Never seen one with a spring on it, so they're always neat to look at. But let me turn this around real quick so you can see the main part of the. So you can see it's a good sized lodge and very clean. Very clean. Everything's real organized. They've got your folding chairs down here so they can take those up when they need them. And if they need more space in here for something else, they could use this room for that. And they've got your theater seating on the side. So right here we've got, I mentioned this in one of my other videos, this is actually where their master of ceremonies sits. Their senior will sit here, their junior will sit there, and this is the staff or the symbol on the staff that they have. I think the other lodge had a different kind of symbol. It was still these, but it was a different shape, if I remember right. But and of course you got your junior deacon over here in the corner. Should have a moon, and he does, and which also matches his jewel. And I mentioned also that New Jersey lodges don't typically put that on the apron, whereas a lot of other states will put this jewel on the apron. They match them up for some reason. I mean, to each his own. Each district is a little different. I really like the ornateness they have here of your stand here. You can see it's actually made of columns. I've seen a couple that were, some other videos, it's got the columns that are actually detached from the centerpiece, but these are actually attached. But it matches, of course, the work that you see here and the work that you see here. Really beautiful touches. And this is I think it's a sheaf of wheat. Looks like it's suspended near a waterfall. I don't know what that's all about. Or maybe I do. You can become a master mason if you're not a master mason and find out what that's all about. They're gonna hang that over there in the east or on the above the junior warden's desk. Really like the work here, the lily work. It's really ornate. Definitely one of the better looking ones I've seen. You can see the terrestrial globe and the celestial globe in the corner. It's really in good condition. And this particular lodge is actually 3 lodges that have combined together recently. 2 had combined some time ago, and a third one just joined them a few months ago. So they're actually going to be changing their name. It's going to be Trinity-Union?
79.
Trinity-Justice-Unity, number 79. And they'll be changing their name out front also. You can see the column there. It's real nice. And they're in good shape too. They're, I'd say they're, the size of that, it's about 8 feet up. So they're real good size. The sconces on the wall, which you can see those a little better. Different lighting inside, chandelier style. And there's a chair in the north. Ballot box. And let's see, here's the treasurer's desk. Ballot box. I've seen this a lot in Georgia. They have most of our lodges have a ballot box exactly like this. And also you got the black cubes there. The difference is I don't think I've ever seen a brass type handle like that on a box. Normally they're a wooden handle. But that's a nice ballot box. It's a good touch. This is where there's no apron here, but this is where their historian would sit. We don't typically use a historian in Georgia, and I actually haven't seen them in Florida or other places that they may have a historian to a lodge, but it wouldn't be an officer that sat on the floor with a particular chair. But they do here in New Jersey. Now he's got plenty of room here for past masters to come sit with him. He's just turned the G on. It's nice. And he's got his gavel set up here. Nice big piece of marble there. Don't see any other markings, but it's still the same kind of style here with the columns. And this is from a distance. This looks like one of those triple chairs, but it's not. This is actually three different chairs. In real good condition too. Got a handrail. You don't see a lot of handrails, but there's definitely a few. I'd say I probably see one in about 20% of the lodges I go into. I'll see a handrail. Normally, if there is a handrail in the room, it's down here where the master would sit. Next door, you might be hearing some information or some noise. They're having a spaghetti supper and silent auction and all kinds of stuff going on. I guess the silent auction. It's really they're dropping tickets in a bucket. We've got a commander that meets here. Is the commander still here?
Yes.
Okay, good. This is actually a Tyler sword. And I have seen this sword because I bought a sword a lot like this for one of my lodges. The one that's got the blue sword is Midland Lodge. I bought them a sword. Looks exactly like this. It's a really good condition, and they're beefy, and sometimes you'll get a stand for this, but they actually use this when they open, and the worshipful master may give that to the Tyler so he can use his sword for that. So typically any time you have a sword in a Masonic lodge, the Tyler's got it. Now commandery, is there a chapter council here?
I believe so.
Oh, really? Okay. That's normally what we find out. If there's a commander unit in a lodge, there will be a chapter and council also. When we were in Dewey Lodge, they said that they had a chapter, but they didn't have a commandery, which I thought was kind of unusual, but I don't know enough about different states and how they run their commandery, though I'm a past commander of a commandery, but not from this state. So this is a picture of laying of a cornerstone. I believe this is at the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. The first time I ever saw this was in the Scottish Rite Center in Savannah. They've got one that's a little bigger than this because probably what caught my eye, but it's exact same depiction of this picture. So it's pretty common that you'll see something going on with George Washington, him and his apron. It seemed like every time I saw his apron, even in the George Washington Masonic Center in D.C., he's got the rounded corners you'll see of his apron, which is not typical what we wear here in New Jersey or my state of Georgia. 1927, is that when you were founded here?
That was the cornerstone that was in the temple in Atlantic City.
Gotcha. When you were originally there, huh? Nice. Gotcha. And here is the junior warden's office here. Looks like they've got the matching gavels of between the two wardens. They've got the same gavel. We saw in that other lodge where they had setting malls and matching chairs. And here is the main altar. This altar is a little larger than the last two lodges we were at. They had a lot smaller altars. I think one of them had a blue pillow down in here. You can see this has got room around. So anytime you're taking an oath or an obligation or anything like that, this is where you would do that at.
Yeah, we can fit 5 candidates.
5, wow. Amazing. And something unusual, I would say, here to New Jersey is when I think every lodge in the country lights these lights. But in most states that I've noticed, they've got one button that lights them all at the same time. From what I could see, it's in New Jersey code that they light them one at a time. I'm not going to go into which ones they light first, anything like that, but it's just something that's different to what they do that they might not do it in other states. They light them one at a time. So it's pretty unusual. I mean, it's a light. You can tell they probably light it. And this is also a flicker one too.
Hit the button.
Yeah, I hit the button. So you can see this is one of those flicker lights. They're pretty neat. From a distance, they actually look like it's a fire. I really like those kind of candles. I really like those. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this visit to Trinity-Justice-Unity Lodge. Did I get it right?
79.
Number 79. Here in this city is
Egg Harbor Township.
Egg Harbor Township. Okay, so it's not Linwood. Linwood is just south of here, though, right? Or
Correct.
yeah,
Linwood is another.
it's not too far. It's like 5 miles or something. Yeah,
Less than that.
less than that. So, but definitely you want to come by and visit these buildings. And what days do you meet?
First Tuesday of every month.
First Tuesday of every month, and you're dark in the summers, though, right?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay. Was that June, July, August?
July and August.
July and August. July and August are dark, but other than that, you can come see them then, and come check out the altar and where their master sits. But hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and send this video to any other Master Masons you might know, or anyone who's even looking to be a Master Mason, so they can kind of see what to expect and some things that they can see. Maybe it'll spark their interest in maybe becoming a Mason one day. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'm going to let you go because I'm now leaving the coolest life, Masonic edition.